We have developed the CIE MOT to allow our customers to test the following functions on site, non-invasively, with minimal disruption to process and minimal time lost. The MOT conducts all tests in either local or remote start, diode or a remote termination module mode, so switchboard relay settings should not have to be changed to allow the tests to be performed. This eliminates having to change parameters to conduct the tests. The latest version of the MOT features Wi-Fi access, allowing operators to control the MOT remotely using mobile devices or tablets. This capability enables them to maintain a safe distance, thereby reducing risk. Connect the MOT. Energize the switchboard. The earth leakage lockout test will connect the selected resistance from one protected phase to earth, triggering the earth leakage lockout protection. We can provide customer-specific resistances when required. Select Earth Leakage Lockout Test button on the MOT. Select your pilot mode according to the switchboard setup. Select a phase. Choose an appropriate resistor value below the threshold required to trip the earth leakage lockout relay. Press ELL Test Start on the MOT. Allow a few seconds for the continuity relay to register the healthy pilot. Attempt to close the contactor to prove the earth leakage lockout relay is stopping the contactor from closing. Press the Reset button on the MOT. Reset the earth leakage lockout relay on the switchboard. Repeat the test with an appropriate resistor value above the threshold required to trip the earth leakage lockout relay. Attempt to close the contactor to prove the earth leakage lockout relay is not stopping the contactor from closing. The contactor should close. Then open the contactor. Repeat the test with the remaining phases. This concludes the earth leakage lockout test. You have now proven that the earth leakage lockout relay and any associated equipment and circuitry is capable of detecting and differentiating between a fault and normal operating conditions. You have demonstrated that the restrained receptacle cannot be started with an earth leakage fault present. The frozen contactor test applies an AC voltage up to 120 volts to the load side of the contactor, with the switchboard energized and ready to be operated. Ensure the MOT is connected to the switchboard. Choose Frozen Contactor Test. Select a phase. Press FC Test Start button. There is a notification that says, "Do not close the contactor in the switchboard at any time during this test." Ensure the potentiometer is set to 0V, then press the OK button to initiate the test. Increase the voltage slowly at a rate of no more than 3 volts per second until the circuit breaker trips. Record the voltage required to cause a trip. Reset the test and return the potentiometer to 0. Repeat the test with 2 remaining phases after reset the MCCB and the frozen contactor relay in the switchboard. This concludes the frozen contactor test. You have now proven that the frozen contactor relay and any associated equipment and circuitry is capable of detecting voltage on the load side of the contactor. You have demonstrated that the circuit breaker will trip if a frozen contactor fault is present. The earth continuity function simulates either a diode termination or a remote termination module, allowing testing of the local start and stop functions of the switchboard. Ensure the MOT is connected to the switchboard, with the switchboard energized and ready to be operated. Choose Earth Continuity Test on the MOT screen. Select your pilot mode according to the switchboard setup. Allow a few seconds for the continuity relay to register the healthy pilot. Attempt to close the contactor. The contactor should close. Press Open on the MOT. The healthy indication on the switchboard should go out and the contactor should open. Reset healthy pilot and close the contactor. Press Short on the MOT. The healthy indication on the switchboard should go out and the contactor should open. Reset healthy pilot and close the contactor. Press Shunt on the MOT. The healthy indication on the switchboard should go out and the contactor should open. This concludes the earth continuity test. You have now proven that the earth continuity relay and any associated equipment and circuitry is capable of detecting a healthy pilot, an open pilot, a shorted pilot, and a shunt pilot. You have demonstrated that the control circuit will de-energize the restrained receptacle if the pilot is interrupted, and that you cannot energize the restrained receptacle without a pilot present. Return to the main menu on the MOT. The remote start function simulates a remote stop and start with either a diode termination or a remote termination module, with the switchboard energized and ready to be operated. Ensure the switchboard is in remote mode. Ensure the MOT is connected to the switchboard. Choose Remote Start Test. Select your pilot mode according to the switchboard setup. Press Remote Start on the MOT. Wait until the contactor closes. Press Stop on the MOT. Select Pilot. Press the Stuck Remote Start button on the MOT. Wait for the contactor to close. After 15 seconds, the contactor should open because the start button signal has been present for more than 15 seconds after the contactor closed. Press Stop on the MOT. This concludes the remote start test. You have now proven that the earth continuity relay and any associated equipment and circuitry is capable of detecting a remote pilot and stuck start button condition. You have demonstrated that the control circuit will energize and de-energize the restrained receptacle in remote mode. Return to the main menu on the MOT. The earth leakage test will connect a selected resistance from one protected phase to earth. The MOT will display the time taken for all three phases to de-energize as a result in milliseconds. We can provide customer-specific currents when required. Go to the earth leakage test page on the MOT. Select the correct current and the supply voltage required to trip the earth leakage relay. Select a phase. Press Next. Confirm the selected items. Select your pilot mode according to the switchboard setup. Allow a few seconds for the continuity relay to register the healthy pilot. Close the contactor, waiting the outlet voltage shown on the screen. Press EL Test Start. The relay should trip the circuit breaker. Record the trip time displayed on the MOT. Repeat the test with the two remaining phases. This concludes the earth leakage test. You have now proven that the earth leakage relay and any associated equipment and circuitry is capable of detecting an earth leakage fault. You have demonstrated that the control circuit will trip the circuit breaker in the event of an earth leakage fault. Return to the main menu on the MOT. The phase information screen displays the supply voltage, frequency, and the phase rotation as a tool to aid in fault finding. With the switchboard energized and ready to be operated, ensure the MOT is connected to the switchboard. Enter the phase information screen of the MOT. Select your pilot mode according to the switchboard setup. Allow a few seconds for the continuity relay to register the healthy pilot. Close the contactor. The MOT will display the voltages, frequency, and phase rotation. The MOT Operation mobile app allows authorized user to connect their mobile or tablet device to the MOT from Wi-Fi. The remote user can fully operate and monitor the local MOT system and affect the function and control of the application just as the local operator controls it. The remote HMI app is available from both Apple Store and Android Play. Ensure that Remote HMI app has been downloaded onto your mobile device and that Wi-Fi features are enabled. Open your Wi-Fi settings page and locate the MOT Wi-Fi network. Connect to this Wi-Fi network. Once you have successfully connected to the MOT Wi-Fi, open the Remote HMI app. Input the MOT IP address. After successfully establishing a connection with the application, please input the username and password. Now you can monitor and manage the MOT using your mobile or tablet device. Please check the label in your MOT case for all relevant usernames and passwords. This testing procedure used in this demonstration is specific to the arrangement of this switchboard. However, the MOT is able to test many other arrangements with only minor changes to the test procedure. If you are unsure of the suitability of the MOT for your application, just ask. We're also able to change things on customers' request, including but not limited to alternative phase colours, languages, resistor values, and in future supplying MOTs with selected functions removed. This concludes our demonstration of the MOT's functions.